What's up, all you Pokemon lovers out there? We are the Poke Pear Podcast.
Yes.
My name is Keisha, and alongside me is Dalton. How's it going today?
Hi, how are you?
Good. So this is our very first podcast, so bear with us here a little bit.
Please.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about everything Pokemon. More specifically, today's we're going to talk about Worlds, kind of break down the meta and, talk about, what our predictions were.
From some average players.
Yeah,
viewpoint.
average
yeah,
players.
By no means are we pros or anything like that. We're, just big Pokemon fans.
Absolutely. So, we'll start off with introductions. As I said, my name's Keisha. I am fairly new to Pokemon, so I don't know anything about anything pre-Pokemon Go, right? So
Yep.
I kind of got into it around that. I honestly just beat the video game. Well, I haven't even really beat it, I
You
guess.
still got the in-game stuff. Yes.
Yeah, true. I've got to the Elite 4 beat and all those kinds of things, but so I'm fairly new to the game. This year is my sophomore year playing Pokemon, so competitively. So, what about you, Dalton? What is your story?
Oh, hi, I'm Dalton. I've of course been a big Pokemon fan in general over the years. Collecting cards back in the days, but never really got into the card game aspect of it. A little bit. That Miss Keisha over here didn't mention. Part of our Poke Pear naming is because she's my fiance. So once we started playing, or once we met, we kind of talked the discussion and the love of Pokemon in our past. And I've always played card games before, and so it kind of started into around the Pokemon Go release of the TCG cards. We were like, hey, let's give this a shot. And we've been playing it full force pretty much since then. That's about it.
I love that. That's so cute. So I have to ask, what Pokemon card do you remember collecting back in the day? Because you said you collected, back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
What is a specific card that kind of stood out for you back then?
I have a fondness, for the fossil Pokemon, the fossil set Pokemon, which is a big reason why when we started collecting, I kind of went straight towards wanting to master set the old fossil set. And the one that distinctly in the back of my brain always pokes out is the Aerodactyl from the fossil set. That one was always one of my always stuck in my head that I remembered having back in the day.
That's
sure
a good
there's
one.
Others, but that's the one off the top of my head that I think of.
And we also have that master set as well.
Yep, that was it. We had to get that one done. That was a big one for me.
Along with our Pokemon Go framed on the wall
Yeah.
and all those different kinds of things. I think we toyed with some jungle as well.
We haven't yet. We've got Fossil done. We need to put that in a frame to make room in the binder for jungle.
Gotcha. So as you guys can tell, we're very into Pokemon. We just started playing competitively. It is your sophomore year as well, correct?
It is, yeah. We both started, been to just a handful of regionals, about 3 regionals. We do locals pretty much every week, and
Yep.
challenges and cups as it goes. Some decent records, some bad records. We're just
Mostly bad for me.
loving the game. That's it. Just go there, have fun, meet. We've had a really good friend group that we've kind of got to know and everything.
I will say the Pokemon community is very welcoming and very humble and things like that. So I definitely appreciate that. So shout out to all you guys that are listening to this, that we played with, interacted with, and all that in the past. You're awesome.
Definitely.
So to segue into this, we got to talk about Worlds.
That was the biggest reason that we, kind of jumping on this podcast, wanted to get talking about what better way to start this than talking about probably the biggest, not alone TCG event, which is what we're focused on, but Pokemon event in general, held in Hawaii this year.
Yeah.
Just finishing up this past weekend.
Yeah. So I have to admit I'm very surprised in the outcome with that. I mean, shout out to you, Fernando. You killed it. but Iron Thorns. Who would have thought that would have won?
Was not on my prediction, at least. I knew with a lot of it on getting popular and played a lot on TCG Live, I figured there'd be a handful of them. And I mean, granted, there was for the amount of people there, but I didn't think it'd be that successful. This is my biggest thing. It kind of blows me away.
Yeah, definitely. So we kind of have the analysis for day one pulled up here, and 5.5% Iron Thorns EX.
Crazy. 63 decks. 63 people decided to bring what most would probably consider a good meme deck to play on live.
Yeah, definitely.
And it made it to the top.
It made it to the top. It made it to the top. That's very wild. Of course, among those, we had some Raging Bolt, some Gardevoir EX, Lugia, Charizard, and the big top deck that we saw a lot of was Regidrago V-Star.
Saw so much of, which is wild to me.
Yeah, very wild. It's a very good deck. I didn't expect 277 people to bring it to Hawaii, though.
Enough hype to a deck makes it super popular, which is wild that it did so good because, people hype up these kind of decks, and then you think, oh, well, everybody's going to just tech against that. But, hey, how many was it that made it in the top 8 that were Regidrago? I'm pretty sure it's 3.
We've got 4th and 5th. And 7th and 8th, so all Regidrago.
4 Regidrago in top 8. That's crazy.
Surprisingly, I am very surprised. My prediction was Charizard was going to win.
Oh, I was on Lugia, and that was way off as well.
Yeah. So not a 1 Charizard EX in top 8. Tord did pilot his own secret sauce of the Charizard EX deck. Shout out to Tord if you're listening.
Yeah. Hey, Tord, how's it going? You're definitely listening.
Yeah. So he got 10th with Charizard EX. But yeah, another one I didn't really think would be kind of up there was Roaring Moon EX.
Oh yeah. That was nobody probably predicted Roaring Moon except our local Roaring Moon player at Locals. Maybe he had the hype for it, but other than that, yeah, it's crazy for a deck to be able to swing that much, which I guess it looks good, having the Frenzy Gouging. You're just able to keep those 2-hit KOs going back to back. If the format is expecting a lot of like big 2-prizers, if you're worried about Charizard, having a Frenzy Gouging just to take that out completely, that seems like a good choice. It worked for him. And
you really don't need to use it, right? No. So you can use Calamity Storm.
Absolutely.
And, you can save that Frenzy Gouging for another turn,
Exactly. And then with the Calamity Storm, you're hitting like the numbers to take out a Regidrago V, I believe. I believe you hit 220 if you knock a Stadium out. I think I'm speaking right. Or, an Ogre Pawn without having to get reducing your HP with the Frenzy Gouging.
Now, I'm very excited for this. Jesse Parker, he's been playing this deck for years. I think years, right?
For this season. I remember him saying he played it at the beginning of this season. It died down a little bit when Charizard got popular, which makes a lot of sense. Charizard is a fairly rough matchup. But then all this hype of other decks, and Charizard got a little less hype. And he sprung out the Miraidon again and said he'd been practicing it and playing it back up, and it did him extremely well.
Which I appreciate, because I've always liked Miraidon, and it gives me an excuse to bring it back. But I know one of the things that's on my mind right now is, how does this deck beat Charizard without the Raichu? I mean, I don't see, he doesn't play any kind of Raichu. We've got the Miraidon, the Iron Hands, the Raikou for the fleet-footed, of course the Blood Moon or Ursaluna for the late game attack, some Fezandipity to draw there. But how does one beat Charizard with this deck? What are your thoughts?
Looking at this list, the only way that I see it, you're the more Miraidon player. I barely touch it. I'm more of a Raging Bolt guy. The fact that he's playing 2 Iron Hands, and from what I understand, Miraidon, you want to go quick, you want to go fast. If you can turn 2, or even turn 1 going second, turn 2 going first, or if you can hit a Iron Hands on, take an easy, quick 2-prizer on a Charmander or a small little single prizer that already puts you up 2 ahead. And then I'm noticing his list, he's got 3 Boss's Orders. And so you have so much support Pokemon. The biggest support Pokemon for Charizard is Pidgeot, who is weak to lightning. So if you get those first 2 prizes with hands, and I think if you just keep the prize race up, you take a Pidgeot out, and then say for your last one, or you get another hands off on another Charmander or another Pidgeot, then you're really just looking to get that last 2 prize to keep up the prize race. I mean, that's what I've learned a lot about Pokemon is just the prize race. If you can take that 2-2-2 and keep it going, that's the only thing that I can see what he possibly did. I can't see anything else in it, because Raichu used to be the solution, because you could just hit those big numbers when you got down to in the end. All they had left was just one Charizard. Raichu would hit those big numbers to take that sucker out.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's important to mention, right, that he's using 3 Boss's Orders in this list. Most Miraidon lists are just playing the 2 Boss's Orders in it, so that's definitely good for the late game, as well as the Prime Catcher, of course, in there as well. He is playing 16 Lightning Energy in this list. I don't hate that at all. I like that. It gives you a better opportunity to get some energy off those electric generators and whatnot. But same kind of thing what you were saying, use the Iron Hands, try to get some Charmander, Pidgeot going there, and, even attack with the Miraidon or Raikou, Blood Moon late game if you get ahead. And also, Mew EX can copy Charizard's attack, so that's important to know as well.
And the generator can charge it up, right?
No, it cannot.
That is wrong. That is a lie. Do not listen to me. That is a lie.
No, it cannot. You'll have to manually attach to that.
So I don't know how I feel about that. Well, okay, he does have DTE, so that makes it a 2-turn attach. So there is that. But as I'm looking at you, he does have a lot of boss and bringing up their Pokemon. The 3 bosses, he plays Prime Catcher as his A-Spec, and he also plays Iron Bundle. So,
I love Iron Bundle.
So there is a lot of ways to bring up those easier hits. Maybe that was his strat, to go around the big Zard and just quickly take those 2 prizes, the 2-2-2, and just let the Zard sit there and do its thing.
I could definitely see that. That's definitely something to watch out for.
Watch out for. He already did good, but now all these other, Miraidon players, if you're playing Zard, better be careful.
Exactly. Yeah, so we haven't really talked about the winner of the entire thing, the Iron Thorns EX.
What is there to talk about? It is a deck that you just drop one of your 4 after you mulligan 18 times. And you just keep it alive, and nobody's playing Pokemon.
I have one word for you.
What is that?
Crushing Hammer.
Yeah.
It's a powerful card.
On a coin flip. Yeah,
yes.
That's true.
Especially on a coin flip. I don't really know too much about Iron Thorns EX, but it does have me intrigued, especially the Crushing Hammers. Another thing for Pokemon Catcher.
Yeah, more coin flips.
More coin flips.
So if you want the luck on your side and you want to make all your locals angry because they can't drop their Charizards or they can't Teal Mask, yeah, this deck's going to be interesting. I'm curious how much it's going to change, even in our personal locals, of how many people shoot. You right here might be one. You're already talking about hunting down some Iron Thorns. That's going to be fun.
I might do it. I might play
Interesting deck for sure. Interesting deck. Not the funnest of decks to watch, but interesting for sure.
I think it's pretty fun watching your opponent scramble to try to get the canceling colognes. That I enjoyed. But let's see what else we have on here as well. Regidrago's a very popular deck.
Very popular. Everywhere in the top, or day 2, and even in the top.
With that addition of Kyurem from the new set, you can do 110 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. So, that's powerful in itself. I think we're going to see a lot of Jirachi, a lot of Manaphy.
Ain't doing nothing.
It's not doing anything.
Manaphy be the only one.
Manaphy, okay.
Manaphy. Jirachi won't stop it a bit. Manaphy definitely will. But that's why they have that pesky cancel and clone.
Correct, yes.
Yep, they're playing that cancel and clone. We've seen a lot in the stream where they bring up the Manaphy and potentially try to pop off and get that Kieran going off.
Yeah, we definitely saw that on stream over the weekend. We weren't able to, I don't think we saw it like fully go through, but we definitely saw the idea. The casters were making it seem like, canceling Cologne, Manaphy, Boss, Prime Catcher, all the things to try to deal with this. So it's definitely a deck to watch out for as well.
Is there any decks like in that even in day 2 that just surprised you? Or I'm excited as a Bolt player just to see a Bolt in top 8. I was looking at his list earlier. Completely different than what I've been playing. I've been playing the Dust Skull in it, and he just went straight old school Baby Sandy Shocks. That makes me intrigued. I might have to switch it back.
I did see a very I don't know if I would say good, but I played this deck a lot, it looks like there might be a couple of brothers on here that were playing it. Goldango.
I just realized they had the same last name. I didn't realize they were brothers. That's cool.
I don't know if they're brothers, but I'm just assuming. So if you watched the stream, you saw Kobe Kawasaki on there. He brought Goldango to Worlds. So,
and I'm fairly good. 2 in day 2, as far as I can see. Goldango's fun. I've been playing that recently. It's a lot of fun. You're drawing with the inclusion of new Pheasantipity in the format. Pheasantipity EX. You're drawing a whole heck of a lot of cards.
I will say he does not play the Reverum like you do.
Yeah, that is true.
I wonder if that's, if that sort of hurts the deck, not having those extra draw powers. For one, I love the Palkia V and V-Star in Goldango. I think it's very strong for the Greninja attack. Use that V-Star power, what's the name of it? Star Portal, so you can get, your 3 water energy attached to your Greninja and take 2 off the bench. If they don't, granted, they don't have a Manaphy in place, but you have that canceling Cologne in just to make sure.
Yeah. It is definitely a variant to the deck that seems pretty good at times. Pretty, I like it. I don't put it down any, but I do like it.
Yeah, I like it as well.
Any other decks that kind of got a Lost Box Zard in there?
Lost Box Zard, yeah. Oh, we did have a Cheen Pal, Lucas Singh. He's somewhere on here. Oh, 16th. So somebody brought a Cheen Pal there. Gardevoir Banette.
Yeah, I remember hearing a little hype over that.
Nothing out of the ordinary, though, that is really sticking out to me. You had your Regidragos. We did have Snorlax Stall in there as well. Raging Bolt. Nothing.
Your typical top meta decks that are nothing less to expect that for, Worlds,
Yeah, definitely.
And and besides Roaring Moon, that one, I think that was the only Roaring Moon. There's probably some more through there. Hadn't looked too good, but Roaring Moon to make top cut was pretty wild.
Yeah, it was very cool to see. Looking at the deck analysis for day 2, we did see Gardevoir make it into day 2, 9 of those in day 2, so that's pretty cool to see, as well as the Lugia for me was cool to see as well.
Oh yeah, 17 decks making it over, and people making it over into day 2 with Lugia. Not one of my personal favorite decks. I feel like the biggest enemy of Lugia is itself. If you miss a bad setup and you go 2 or 3 turns without finding Archeops in the discard, makes it kind of rough.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And of course, the highest in day 1, Regidrago V-Star was still, again, had the best conversion rate into day 2 with 27% of day 2 going. 35 decks made into day 2.
We do have some other decks at about 20.5%. We don't know what those other decks were.
That makes up the best of the rest, is I think what they call it on the screen.
Definitely. So our predictions were wrong because Iron Thorns won.
Yeah. I would love to hear how many people out there actually, if they predicted what Worlds would be Iron Thorns. I imagine I could probably count them on all of our toes, and that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll just have to see what comes of this season. It's going to be interesting to see, when Stellar Crown comes out, all those different kinds of decks are going to come to the surface. It'll definitely be interesting.
Yeah. Speaking, I guess, of Worlds closing and ending for this season, the closing ceremony, which I know you kind of snoozed off and didn't get much of that. I did stay up last night and try to catch all of it. Interesting stuff. They announced the Worlds dates for the next 2 years, which is, from my understanding, from since we've been into it, is unheard of. And not only that, but they also announced the Worlds dates, which, from my understanding, experience of this past one, nobody knew what the Worlds dates was until months before Worlds this past season. So it's pretty interesting. You could go ahead, technically, and plan your trip out to California. I think Anaheim's this year.
Yes.
And go ahead and start reserving. It's pretty wonderful news that Pokemon is doing that, giving everybody the ample amount of time to do so. Don't you agree?
Oh, definitely. We'll definitely be looking into that.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd love to go out to California and see what that's all about. And the other one is in San Francisco in 2026, so that'll be interesting. See the Golden Gate Bridge and all those different things that California has to offer.
Yeah, it is odd to me though that it's I don't know why. I'm sure there's some reason, but back-to-back Worlds in California, that just seems very odd to me.
It's very odd. They're cooking something up, I think. I just don't know what that is yet, but California, I heard it's a beautiful state. Looking forward to getting out there for the first time. And
are you saying we're going?
I'd like to.
Okay, good. That's what I like to hear.
I'd like to go.
We talked about, while Hawaii was going on, and we had some buddies and we knew people that were getting to go, and I was like, yeah, we'd love to go play, but, we talked about, the next Worlds, would we try to go just even as a spectator? And it being here in the States for us makes it kind of easier for us to get to. That'd be quite exciting.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's something that, we obviously are going to go no matter what, but, it would be great to be a competitor there.
And if I'm not mistaken, Anaheim, California, just from the things that I've been seeing around, isn't there a Disney World, Disneyland somewhere near there out in California?
Yes, Disneyland.
So, I already know going to World would be quite expensive, but, hey, go see the two mouses, Pikachu and Mickey Mouse. Like, you could make a little trip out of that. I imagine it's going to be very, very busy, very crazy, but would be a cool, fun trip to plan out.
Definitely. Now, did they mention any other regionals last night?
They have
at all?
not. I've been keeping an eye on the Poke Twitters today. That was one big thing. Reason I stayed up for. I was hoping to hear some dates because right now at this season, we've only got this year's regionals list out, and the one off the top of my head that I know us personally might attempt to go. We haven't even figured out for sure, but it is the Kentucky regional. That would be cool to go check out. I know they got Baltimore coming up in September?
September, yes. I don't know the exact date on that, but that should be a good one as well. I think there's some other ones that they announced in California, maybe.
I think they have one in California. But we were hoping to hear, the beginning of next year, I guess the second half of the season, but I'm sure it'll come out at some time. Maybe they just thought they were doing something good of posting Worlds dates for 2 years and thought, they can wait on the regionals for next year. Maybe that's kind of what they were thinking. It'll come eventually, Hopefully we all have a good enough heads up to plan that out.
See, Georgia, you still have time. Make it happen, please.
Yeah, the closest we have will be Nashville.
That is true. So segueing into a game that we want to play.
All right, that wraps up our Worlds talk, right?
Yeah. You mentioned seeing the two mouses, so I didn't know Pikachu was a mouse. So
you did not know Pikachu was a mouse?
No, I did not know that.
Yep. I got you. I like this. That means this game is going to be a blast.
Okay, what's the game?
We are going to test our knowledge on that old school. Everybody's seen it. A little different because we're, talking on the phone. We're not getting the shadows, but we're going to play Guess That Pokemon.
Okay.
And it'll be the first person to get 3 from guessing, just describing in your own words a Pokemon. You don't want to make it super challenging.
I'm going first, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, you are going first.
Okay, because I was not prepared for this.
You will be guessing going first.
Okay, perfect.
This is all Pokemon. I'm going to describe it to you. It's the first one to get 3 right. We'll go back and forth. Are you ready?
I have to have something prepared, too?
Oh, yeah. Like this, yeah. Once you guess, you better be thinking of a Pokemon to describe to me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
We're going to go an easy one here. This Pokemon is pink. Mm-hmm. This Pokemon is round. This Pokemon has big eyes. And it's shiny. The eyes turn green.
That's actually very difficult for me, to be honest. Oh my goodness.
I feel like that was pretty descriptive.
It was?
I feel so.
I'm so sorry, everyone who's like, "Oh my gosh, it's so."
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
just give me a break here. You know, I'm kind of new, so. Let's see. Pink and round, and his eyes, when he turns shiny, turn green.
When he is a shiny.
When he is a shiny. Do I get a hint or anything?
Nah, if we're going back and forth, best 2 out of 3. You
What?
get as much description as I give you.
I feel like I'm going to hate myself for guessing this.
I'll tell you more. I'll tell you a little bit more.
Okay.
Just to kind of include it towards the TCG a little bit. It's not a super competitive Pokemon.
Okay.
And it is a basic Pokemon. The one I'm describing does not. It does evolve, but it is not the evolution form. And this is going to be a dead giveaway for you if we do have anybody listening, because this ties into the lore of the Pokemon. The Pokemon is notorious for singing people to sleep.
Oh, I think I know what it is
Let's hear
now. It's one of the puffs, right?
You're on the right track. You are definitely on the right track.
Is it Jigglypuff?
You got it.
Woo!
1 point.
All right.
All right.
I feel like you're going to get this a whole lot better than me.
Well, it just depends how, your descriptions are, too. And how vague you're going to try and go with me.
Okay.
We are super competitive. This eventually will get extremely competitive.
You might hear anger over this, so I apologize. So I feel like I need something to look at to describe it. Okay.
Hit me with it.
This Pokemon is long.
Okay.
That's not very descriptive, I know. Not necessarily competitive in TCG at all.
Okay.
It is a basic Pokemon.
Gotcha.
One might think that its body is very strong.
Strong.
Yep.
Strong bodied, okay?
Yep. And it can be a fighting type as well.
Like it is a fighting type, or it can be like it changes to a fighting
It can change, yes.
Long, strong.
I'm probably not describing this correctly.
Fighting type. In the TCG or the video game? You better test your knowledge.
I don't think it's very competitive in the
VGC
or... Oh, in the game?
In the game or the card game?
I don't even think it's in the game, to be honest. It's not in the game.
Video game?
It's not in Scarlet and Violet.
Not Scarlet and Violet. Okay, but like in the games, is it? Because sometimes in Pokemon trading card game, you can be a fighting type.
Yeah.
But they don't have rock and ground type. So in the video game, it might be a rock type. But because the trading card game doesn't have that, they group it together into... Because this is where I'm kind of going in my head. If what I'm thinking, I get long, I get hard, strong... Thinking I know him, but I think the fighting type thing is what might be throwing me off.
I think it's throwing me off as well. We're gonna say rock.
Okay, I'm gonna go Onyx.
You're right.
Okay,
Ding, ding, ding.
I have a feeling. I know you so well that I was like, I could picture you looking at the card, and that is true. In the card game, it is a fighting type.
Okay, so I was right. Okay.
But in the actual Pokemon type, in all of Pokemon, it is a rock type.
Well, I don't feel so bad now.
Gotcha. So we're both 1-1.
1-1.
Okay,
Wow.
we'll make it a little bit harder. Let me think here and rattle my brain. Okay. This Pokemon is a dragon type.
Mm-hmm.
It is a stage 2.
You're hitting me with the stages now.
They hit you with a stage 2. Yeah.
Okay.
It is in some meta-relevant, not like top-tier meta-relevant, but some meta-relevant decks. The Pokemon looks, and is the lore behind it is ammo. It is ammo for the further evolution of the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
In the video game, as a big hint, it is a dragon ghost type.
That's not a hint for me at all. To be honest. Oh my goodness. What is it?
Had to make it harder. I want to get them 3 points.
Yeah, I see. What's the... It's a grass, you said?
Dragon
Oh, no,
ghost.
it's a dragon ghost. And it spits seeds?
No. Are you listening?
I am listening.
It is used as ammo
Ammo, okay.
in the further evolutions.
Oh.
You didn't think you were going to have to think this hard today, did you?
No, I didn't. I did not. On my day off, too. That's crazy. I am stumped, to be honest.
No wild guess to...
Wild guess.
It's a dragon.
Among Us?
That is a grass type.
That's a grass type, okay. Yeah, I have no
No
idea.
idea? Dracloak.
Dracloak.
Meta-relevant deck.
I didn't know that it,
So if you, next time you look it up, Dragapult is based off a catapult.
oh,
And
clever.
so he has 2 Dreepy Dracloaks above his head that he shoots out as ammo.
You know, I always wondered why that was.
Exactly.
People are probably laughing at me right
He
now,
is like
but
they
it's
are
entertainment.
like the ammo to Dragapult.
Gotcha. Okay, well, you know, you win some, you lose
Hey,
some.
hey.
Okay, I had to look mine up because I gotta make sure I win exactly and describe this well.
Gotcha.
So, this is a water type Pokemon.
Gotcha.
He has a stage 1
Mm-hmm.
as well. He's a big burly dude. He's, you know, he can move snow.
He can move.
He's a big monster too.
Okay. Stage 1. Water type. Water type card or water type in general?
Water type in general, I
Okay.
think. Right?
But he can move snow. We're sure he's not ice type?
Water type card then.
Okay, water type card. Okay.
I don't know about the video game.
I gotcha. Moves snow. He's just big? That's all you told
He's
me?
a big burly dude. Can move a lot of snow. He's like a monster. That's your hint.
I'm gonna go Abomasnow.
Oh my gosh. You know every single one of these. That is correct. Obama
There we
Snow.
go.
All
There we
right.
go. I was torn in my head. I was thinking of something else, but then I last minute changed Abomasnow.
Oh my
So we're
goodness.
2-1 right now, right?
2-1.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta do another one, huh?
Yeah, it's the first person to get 3.
Oh, okay,
So we
okay.
might be here all day.
We
We
might.
don't guess them.
Okay.
Let's see. This Pokemon's main color is purple. Deep purple.
Deep purple.
Yeah, real dark purple, probably a little black in there. And it is one of the, if I'm not, I might be speaking wrong, but I believe I'm right. One of the lightest Pokemons, as in weight.
Lightest Pokemon in weight.
And weight. It's very light. It's a deep purple and black color. I'll go and tell you it's a basic Pokemon. I'm giving you a lot of hints for this one.
You are.
I will, because this evolves twice,
Mm-hmm.
and this is Generation 1 Pokemon, because I know that's probably the most you know.
That doesn't help
No?
me at all. No, I don't know all of them. But
You're more familiar with the newer stuff, because you played the newer games recently. 151, you're breaking a lot of OG Pokemon fans out there. Everybody loves the 151.
okay.
Hit me with it.
Goodness. Purple and black.
Purple and black.
Yeah.
Light. What's light? What would be light? Like a A balloon, something filled with air.
I know you're not talking about Drifloom.
No.
Okay.
No, you're good.
I was like, that's a really bad giving it away. Oh goodness.
I'll give you one last big hint.
Okay, you just want me to win this, I think.
I want you to have the best shot possible because I know I'm gonna win.
Oh, okay.
It's a ghost type.
It's a ghost type. Oh, Ghastly?
Bingo! There you
Woo!
go.
I got it, y'all. All right.
All right, let me win this thing.
Oh, let me think. Goodness. Okay.
Gotcha.
This Pokemon is a psychic, I believe.
Okay.
Grass in the game.
Grass in the game,
I
psychic.
believe. He's the first one to know when it rains. We'll just say that. That's your hint. And he is very fast.
Very fast.
I don't want to give you too much.
Psychic, I'm assuming, in the card game?
Yes, I think, yeah.
Grass in the video, so he's grass psychic type potentially?
Don't quote me on the video game thing.
Okay.
But the card, I'm pretty positive
He's
in.
a psychic type.
Yeah.
First to know when it rains.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me think like a tall Pokemon. I've got two guesses in my head.
I figured you would. That's why I picked this.
And I'm going with like a Alolan. No, that's not my official guess.
Okay.
But it's either Farigiraf or its evolution, Jirigaraf, or it's like a Alolan Executor. But I don't think. Okay, he is a psychic type in the grass. I'm gonna go Alolan Executor. That was probably loud
Wrong.
to everybody listening.
Apologize, guys.
What was it?
Oh, you give up?
Yeah.
It was for Faraffarig?
It was Faraffarig. Okay,
Yes.
It's not a grass type in the game.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, I should have not listened to that. It is not. It is.
Oops.
I believe it is a psychic normal, maybe. I know it is not a grass type.
Oh, okay. Well, I got the psychic part
Got
right.
psychic part in the card
Okay.
game. Yeah.
I said I didn't know.
I was
for
trying to
sure.
base my guess on that, but I was like, okay, maybe she knew for sure. Alolan Executor is definitely like a grass in the game, and there is technically, a psychic Executor. Now there may not be a psychic Alolan Executor. Somebody would have been on me. All right, ready?
I might win.
We're what, 2-2?
2-2.
Alrighty. Okay. How mean should we be?
Huh?
How mean should we be?
I mean, you're going to be anyway, so it's okay.
I like that. So this Pokemon is pink.
Uh-huh.
This Pokemon's shiny is blue.
Okay.
This Pokemon is small. And this Pokemon can transform to other Pokemon. Not necessarily the card, but the Pokemon itself in the video game can transform into other Pokemon.
I think I fought one of these in the game.
Yeah? What do you think? You got a guess?
I've got a couple guesses.
We get one guess.
Well, I'm gonna be like
you're
you
you're
and
talking out loud. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
So Zora.
Zuru?
Zuru.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one I fought on the game, and
Okay.
it transformed into stuff.
Remember I said its main color is pink.
That's true. So that's probably not right. It can't be my buddy Cast form because, yeah, that would just be too easy. Let's think here. What we got going on? This is actually really tough because I am very unsure of what this might be. pink, huh?
Pink.
And transforms into other things.
Transform into other things.
In the game. I don't think I've fought this yet. Have I?
You might not, but you might hate yourself when you think of it. If you
Oh my goodness. That means it's too easy. I don't know. What is it?
You ready?
I give up.
Ditto.
Ditto. Oh.
I was trying to throw you
I'm hating myself right now.
I was trying to throw you for a loop too because actually Ditto could also be Mew. Could be a valid answer in the description because Mew actually in the video games has a transform move where he can transform to any Pokemon.
That I did not know.
Yes.
The more you know.
And I'm wrong. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
What?
I was right about it being Ditto, but if I'm thinking off the top of my head, Mew can learn any Pokemon move.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There's a lot of lore, a lot of hype theories behind it that Ditto is a failed Mewtwo clone, or Mew clone. Sorry. Oh well, we'll go with that another day.
Yeah, another day for that. So I have one more, and if you get this right, you win.
That's right. We're still 2-2.
Let's see. What should I pick? Chat.
Chat, we live right now?
We're not live, but there's going to be chat people. Yeah,
okay.
there's still chat.
There's still chat. Hey, chat, how's it going?
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, that's a Japanese card. Hang on. Okay, so this is a dragon Pokemon.
Gotcha.
He's very, or she, I don't know, very colorful.
Mm-hmm.
Has horns.
Mm-hmm.
And not necessarily is meta relevant now, but it was at one time. So people still play it though.
Is that all I'm getting?
Let me see if I can find anything else for
describe
you.
the Pokemon.
I did.
Like.
It's very colorful. Horns. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs, or 6 arms, and then 6 legs. Like majestic, like. He's gold, red, and gray. Okay. That's probably good, right?
That seems good. Dragon type majestic. If this is one Pokemon, it's crazy to me that you're calling this majestic looking. Because if it's a Pokemon I'm thinking of, like it might. I think in the lore of Pokemon, if it's this one, it's considered the devil of the Pokemon world. So I'm curious if this is one you're thinking of.
Oh, maybe.
I'm just gonna throw this wild guess out there. Giratina?
Wow.
Was it right?
That's right.
You're calling the devil of the Pokemon world majestic?
He doesn't really look like the devil to me.
In Pokemon lore, he is considered the devil of the Pokemon, and Arceus is the god of the Pokemon.
Oh, well, he's the devil then.
The majestic-looking devil.
The majestic-looking devil.
With his
there you go.
majestic 6 arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, ding, ding, ding.
You won.
Winner right here.
Wow.
I'm the bigger nerd, it looks like.
Yeah, we knew that already.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now that the game's over, we might work on that, figure out a way to, be more prepared.
For me to win?
And you maybe have a better shot,
Okay.
So, on that, what's going on this week? What do we got planned for playing some Pokemon trading card game?
Yeah, so Thursday, possibly, maybe. We have locals at our spot in Calhoun.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, we've got a Hawk's Nest prize pack tourney.
That's right.
So that'll be fun.
Getting rid of old prize pack 4s.
Yep, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that'd be real fun.
And then Sunday, we're back at 1UP in Calhoun for some more locals.
Right.
No challenges or anything going on this week.
Maybe when we stream again, or not stream, record again next week, we can talk about how our, results went, good, bad, or ugly.
Yeah. What are we going to play? Do you know what you're going to play?
I couldn't tell you to save my life. That's probably what we're going to go do here after we get on here. Go probably play, because our kitchen table is a Pokemon table.
That's true. All right, guys. Well, that ends it for our first podcast ever. We thank you guys for listening so much. We're gonna do more of these, probably every week or so. We've got a YouTube channel out there now. It's the Poke Pear Podcast. So make sure you subscribe, leave a comment on the video, and like the video and all that kind of stuff. And suggestions, what you think we should talk about next.
Yeah, things will be changing. Things as we get better. I'm no good at this kind of stuff.
Good thing I am.
Yeah, leaving a lot of the technical parts to you, and leave a lot of the Pokemon knowledge to me by the looks of it.
That works out for me. So.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank y'all so much. We'll talk soon.
Peace.
Bye.